Hi guys, Lady Random here and welcome back to Sky Factory 2. Okay, let's put the helmet on just in case we need to go flying. But yeah, so today I thought I'd kind of make today a little bit about trying to get some of the odd little bits done out of the old achievement book there. Try and clear some of those bits up that we have been kind of not doing or could have done ages ago. But first of all, I just wanted to share with you something I discovered. The Ex Nihilo Sieve. I've looked at that and I've gone, right, okay, I can get the fact that this could it could sieve stuff like gravel, and it will sieve stuff like sand. So all of this stuff, and I'll sieve dust. Apparently, it also sieves stone. Blocks of stone. So if I just dump that just in there, it sieves. You see what I mean? It is actually sieving, and it's sieving stone. Now, I didn't know about this. I was actually looking into something else, and I was researching something else while I was doing it, and I came across kind of this image of a sieving stone. And just to give you a little idea of what you get out of it, that is what I've got from sieving stone. So we've got limestone chips, so kind of like the stones. Like we did, we got the cobble originally, where you got the stones out of the sieving dirt, put it in your 2x2, and that'll give you, let's sort of demonstrate those. We've also got the same with marble as well. So all this time, I've had blocks of marble that I could play with, and blocks of limestone that I could have played with. And I didn't know this. Just pop them down, just have a quick look at the textures of those in this. So yeah, so there we go. We have marble and we have limestone, and that was completely at our disposal. As I said, I knew nothing about it at all. Also, as well, you might recall, kind of out in the sort of farming area out there, we had the copper allberry bushes that we actually found. Yeah, apparently that was it. I was looking to try and find essence berries and how you find the bushes in this. And if you sieve stone, apparently you get essence berry bushes, and you get tin allberry bushes, and you get gold allberry bushes, and you get iron allberry bushes, and copper allberry bushes, and aluminium allberry bushes. So that is how you get your allberry bushes. So I now have got all of these, which I could have been growing and smelting and having an extra way of getting extra metals. I mean, I know you need quite a lot of the berries in order to make anything. But the fact of the matter is, I could have done it, and I didn't know. So, let's maybe put these down. You can go there, you can go there. We'll go with you there. I mean, these will kind of make you sick if you touch them. 1, 2, 3. You there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then our 4 essence berries. So yeah, we can just about reach the one to the back. That's brilliant. So yeah, they will now grow, and I will now have essence berries, which is very cool. So yeah, something I learned. I just thought I'd show you. Now, I've cleared this out, and there is a reason for that, and that is to do with one of the other achievements that we are going to be doing. So let us pop back inside, if we can actually get through this door first time. We can! Yay! If that's producing anything else. Yeah, another essence berry bush. Perfect. So, back to our achievement books. So, let's go through these in order. Right, so we needed to upgrade an existing tinker's tool with a metal part. Now, I had got, over in my tool rack, I had my silk touch pick, but that was a stone one. I just now discovered how to do this, and basically what I had done wrong was the fact that the ones I actually had we're not at full durability. It actually needs to be a full durability pick for it to actually work, or, well, whatever tool it happens to be. So I've put my stone pick in there. I've put an iron pickaxe head in there. And our end result is our silky iron pickaxe. So that is that jobbed. You can go back up there. So right, oh god, this lag is getting awful. Right, so we've now done that. So the next thing was using a sprinkler to water a farm. So we couldn't do that on the magical crops. However, I have actually got a sprinkler system set outside now. Wow, this is awful. Why are we lagging so much? Let's even fly, we can. So there we go. We have one sprinkler system set up. So what I've actually got here is a water tank. So underneath the slabs here and here, we've still got the water in the same way, because this will water a up to 4 block radius. So it's not going to cover the whole farm, so I've left the water in place, and obviously it's not going to do anything with the wheat oats over there, but it needs to be preferably on a tank, which is probably the easiest way of doing it. So what I did in order to... Come on, let me fly. In order to achieve this, I set up, just down here, very quickly, a little water source, so a little infinity pool, effectively there, and we've put another aqueous accumulator in there, pipe going up, that feeds into the tank there, and that feeds the sprinkler, so never-ending supply of water for the sprinkler there. So there we go, that is another jobbed. Happy, happy, joy, joy. We can get that one ticked off of the book as well. Okay, so the next one, diamond seed. And this has been something that we were waiting until we actually got these VCO to be able to do that. So up here, I have... Oh, not that one. That's for another episode. Shh. Up here even, we've got the setup there for our diamond seeds. So that was 4 VCO, 4 diamonds and Manikio seeds. So that gives us our diamond seed. So we've actually crafted that. And in order to make the bedrockium, I actually need blocks of diamond. So though I've been getting a fair bit out of sifting cobble, I haven't actually been able to... let's just pop that in there. See if that grows. I've not been able to really get enough diamonds because the bedrockium takes, I think it's triple and quadruple compressed, not the octuple compressed, which I thought it was originally. But in fact, where's our watering can? Let's give this a little bit of water while we're stood here nattering. Yeah, not the octuple compressed as I thought. It's actually quadruple and triple compressed, I believe, in order to actually make the that, when that all goes around a diamond block, to make 1 block of bedrockium. Now it doesn't actually feature as being, I don't think, in any of the recipes that we need for completing the rest of the book, but I kind of thought, well, I'd like to make some just because. The other thing that I wanted to do was still to make the octuple compressed, just because you can. So I'm going to kind of keep that running. We're up to still 1 septuple compressed, but it's churning away quite nicely. I ended up having to add a bit more power, just because I think the way the cobblestone generator was working, it just wasn't generating enough, sort of going into the crucibles to generate enough lava to start powering everything that we were trying to power. So, yeah, it's taken a little bit of time. There we go. Let's put these. Let's unlock those, shall we? Just pop those in there. So we have some start of some diamond essence, which is cool. We're using our... Is that our luck one? It is. Yeah, it's our luck one. That's good. Completely lost track of where I was saying. Yeah, so anyway, I've put a little bit more, so I put another set of pyrathium and a few more crucibles in there, and we are busy making more as we go. So that sorted the power thing out. It was kind of really sort of flashing out on the ender tanks with the lava. So hopefully this should carry on quite nicely. Get us a few seeds going. Come on. You there? Boom. Boom. Perfect. Right. Try and start getting these spreading a little bit. Is it planted them already? Ooh. Random electrum seed that was in there. Fair enough. It seems to be starting to spread the seeds out a little bit more, doesn't it? Which is good. So, yeah, what I'm planning to do is try and grow as much diamond essence as I possibly can over the next few episodes. We are gradually getting there. I've started to actually shut a few things down as well. So the obsidian generator that I actually made, I've now switched that off. I don't think I'm going to be needing the obsidian in the same way, and that was pretty much there just as a bit of a more robust building material for explosions and all sorts of stuff like that, but also as well for the stuff in the wither bunker. So now I don't need to make the witherproof blocks anymore, because we have our nether star and we've made ours a VCO and all that stuff. Yeah, I've switched that off. So trying to find ways of reducing the lag. With the cobblestone generators, the cobblestone compressors in the cyclic converters, with that it is taking a fair bit of cobblestone generation. So I am powering that, as you know, with the culinary generator, and I'm using the zombie flesh or the tofu bacon to actually power that mostly at the moment as well. So it is a case of, have we got any more seeds? Do you know what? I think that's probably got it underway. So I think we can probably leave that to its own devices now. We'll stick that electrum seed away. Let that get on with it. What we could do, actually, have we got a spare patch? Do we have a spare patch there? We have got one over the back there. We could possibly... Let's just unlock all of those, shall we? We could, she says. We grab one that's not grown yet, get the seed. Grab our... Let's just grab this mattock quickly. That one there. Boink there. You in there. And we'll pop you back in there. This is just our kind of full range that we've actually got there of little plants and the such like. So that's all the essences that we've managed to grow so far. Just samples of all of those. But yeah, I'll let this get on with the old diamond. Now we've got the fortune mattocks in there. That should help with that immensely. Yeah, I thought you were going to be full. Let's just swap this over. Oh, hell. Where the hell did you come from? Where did you spawn from, mister? Well, at least he kind of went out with the pickaxe. Must have been a little bit of a dark spot there where it's been building the trees up a little bit. This should... There we go. That'll get rid of all of that, and that'll stop anything nasty coming out. Guessing that's probably what happened there. Yes. So, power. So this is the initial setup that we actually had here. Not quite enough, so we've just added a little bit extra here. And we've got scope to add more crucibles in there if we needed to, but that's actually meant that now we're actually filling up our tanks quite nicely. It has meant, however, that we've got extra drain on our cobblestone generator here. So this is actually kind of going down rather than going up, which is a bit of a pain. But we've got plenty in there, so it might mean that it's going to take us a bit longer than we really thought to actually get our... what do we call it? Deep storage unit, that's the thing. Deep storage unit filled to capacity. But so be it. We've got some fairly grindy stuff ahead of us. Okay, but now we can check off diamond seed. So on to the next thing, travel to the deep dark. We actually have done that, so we just didn't check that off in the last episode. Hatching a dragon egg and training it. We're going to have a little think about that. That I was speaking with Olvera on one of the other videos, and she was saying that there's a possibility that where I'd punched the egg, it could have teleported. But it's sort of a 32 block area around where it originally was that it can teleport to. I've had a look on all the little islands out there. I have gone round and sort of checked all of those. So where the ender crystals were, I've gone round, checked all of those, and I can't see it there. It may well ignore the y-axis, in which case there is every chance it has plummeted into the void, which is what I originally thought. So we could, if we get to the point and that's the only thing left, in theory we could cheat one in. Not ideal, but you know, we killed the ender dragon, we were just a bit dumb. So if it doesn't appear, then I may do that, I may not. I may actually leave it as unachieved because, let's face it, I didn't achieve it. Okay, so the last one that I actually wanted to look at here, I believe, is the linking an ender pouch to an ender chest. So if we pop back upstairs, we need the old style ender chest in order to be able to do this, the one with the little wool patches on the top there. I don't think it actually works with this one, so I have set one up there. So that's just wool, blaze rods, 2 obsidian, ender pearl and a chest, and that gives us our sort of old style ender chest. Now I haven't bothered colour coding, just because. So oh, they actually hold, that's what I didn't realise, I forgot these ones actually hold way more, don't they? Like double chest capacity compared to these ones, which are just single chest. Ooh. So that is our ender chest, and so I've left that just with the white wall. Our ender pouch, that is made with 4 blaze powder, a wool of the same colour that you want to use to link it with, 3 leather and an ender pearl, and that gives us our ender pouch. So in order to link them, all I believe we need to do is actually just right click, shift right click. Is that right? Are you now linked? Is it left click? I think it's shift right click. Let's try putting something in here. And now if we, yeah, there we go. See, that's linked. So we now have an ender pouch linked to an ender chest. You can actually put the ender pouch in the ender chest as well, which is kind of cool. But yeah, what we should do is where should we put that? No, we're going to actually use it, probably not. Let's just stick it in there. So there we go. That is one ender pouch and ender chest linked to each other. And you're not going to be able to read the book like that, are you? Okay, so that just leaves us crafting and using an ender quarry, connecting to AE networks with the quantum bridge, and filling a deep storage unit to maximum capacity. The ender quarry is going to take some grinding, because we need to actually get pink slime in order to make that. If we just have a quick look at the recipe on it. So if we go quarry, so where are we? Ender quarry. Ender quarry. There we go. So you need saplings, you need pickaxes, we need endothermic pumps, which are made with the ender infused obsidian, ender cores. They're pretty cool to make. The diamond etch computational matrix. I made one of those, I believe, with the. I think actually we don't need it, do we? We don't, so we could. It's still going to be a bit grindy. So what am I thinking then? What is the thing that I am thinking that we actually need? Do you know what? The thing that we actually need pink slime for... We don't actually need it at all. And that was a mining laser. I think that's what that was. And that was... now there was a reason I wanted to do that. And that was something else altogether. Let's just have a quick... Well, we've got this in capitals. Let's go laser. This thing here, laser drill. And this, you can actually mine the void. And this is the thing. This is what I thought was really quite cool. So the laser drill itself, that's pretty easy to make. What isn't is these, which is the pre-chargers. And this is where you actually need a pink slime crystal and where you need to get pink slime blocks and pink slime balls in order to do that. So I may still do that just because I think it would just be really cool to be able to mine the void. So that is that. So yeah, we could actually complete this with that ender quarry quite easily and maybe go and use the ender quarry in the deep dark. Maybe. Possibly. If we ever wanted to go back there again. And the last thing that I just kind of wanted almost to ask you guys for a little bit of help on. And that is with regards to a reliquary thing. That, I mean, as you know, I've not done that much in the way of reliquary myself. However, oh hello, this will probably give you a little bit of a clue of what we're up to. I was asked a question. You lot are really mean. You're mean. You're seriously mean. I was asked a question. I think it was Triptus, about Frozen Cores, which is one of the things that you actually can create with Xeno's reliquary. And the question was around how to get them. Now, I know, well, this much. I know that they're supposed to be dropped by snow golems. However, it appears that, I don't know whether it's this particular version of Sky Factory, but it appears that this actually might be broken. And the reason I say that is because Triptus actually was saying that he's probably killed over 500 snow golems and not a single one of them has actually dropped a frozen core. I've done a bit of research on it, and all of the suggestions point towards the fact that, yeah, the way you get a frozen core is by killing snow golems. So, I've created a few. I've killed them with, I've got a looting 3 sword, which I've completely forgotten to bring with me, so why can't we fly? Are we lagging that much? Wow, we are lagging that much. Yeah, let's go back and get my looting 3 sword quickly. But yeah, it's a little frustrating. I think it's this one. You my looting 3 sword? You are my looting 3 sword. Perfect. So yeah, so he has himself killed over 500 and no cores dropped. I have had, I've created a few, I've killed them, I've got nothing. I've got an absolute crap ton of snowballs in my inventory now. Not quite as many as him, but there we go. We've got sort of 137 blocks plus another sort of nearly 1,300 snowballs there. And what I've been using is the mob essence and the automatic mob grinder to create the snow golems, and I've got it set on there to not to spawn exact copies, because I kind of thought, well, I don't want to spawn an exact copy of one that isn't likely to drop a frozen core. So I don't know. I don't know whether it's the fact that I'm using the mob grinder to create it, because if you remember, I had a similar problem with the mob grinder, that I just wasn't dropping the wither skulls. So I was ending up having to go and kill them in the nether. So it could be the fact that these are generated by the mob grinder and I might have to just make a whole load of them naturally. I don't know, but let's face it, we've got enough snowballs and we've got enough pumpkins from using a looting sword on them to be able to do that. But so far, nothing. I mean, let's just kill these off for a second. And I'll show you what I mean. So, kitty, 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 stabby, stabby, slashy, slashy, etc, etc. Inventory full of snowballs. Now, as I was doing my research, I went onto one of the forums, and it seems that Shriptus and myself are not the only people having this issue, and it does seem to be linked to 2.4. Now, what should happen in theory is that the snow golems, when you're using a looting sword, it's normally set by default to drop sort of a base of 10, effectively. So sort of roughly sort of 1 in 8 or something like that, in theory, should drop a molten core. However, using, in fact actually it's more than that, isn't it? Using looting, for every level of looting you get, it actually reduces that. So with a looting 3 sword, in theory, it should be 1 in every 4 snow golems should drop a frozen core. As I said, I have yet, unless some miracle has happened. Hi, look at you lot out here. Hi. I can't actually hit you through there, can I? Yeah, so 1 in every 4, in theory, should drop a frozen core. But, as you can see, nothing. We've got some pumpkins back, we've got a crap ton of snowballs, but we have no frozen cores. Now, I don't know how many we killed there. Probably, what, 30? I'd say, roughly. Maybe. But no frozen core. So, it does seem to be that there is a problem. And it is kind of based around Sky Factory 2 version 2.4 as being the big area that this is failing on. Now it's a shame, because it's there's some good stuff actually with the reliquary mod, that even when they kill each other or hit each other with the snowballs, it's not really working. Yeah, I mean it's some proper decent items that sort of need to be made or could be made with reliquary, and this is one of the problems you've got sort of playing modded stuff with some of the mods and doing it in a void world, that it doesn't always work. From what I understand, it should have worked in, well, certainly did work in earlier versions. It just seems to be this 2.4 version that is the problem. So yeah, if anyone has any ideas or answers, then if you can leave a comment, that would be fantastic on that basis, and hopefully Shriptus should be able to maybe sort this out. I can maybe sort it out and you know, run a little video on it, on how it happens and what we actually need to do. As I said, what I don't know is whether it's because I'm actually using the mob grinder to actually do this, but you know, as I said, I've actually got it set to spawn exact copy no. So, you know, on that basis it should be perfectly reasonable, I guess, to expect that, you know, you're not going to. I mean, with the withers, the wither skellies, that was basically a situation where I was spawning exact copies, because if I didn't spawn exact copies, I was getting normal skellies and not just wither skellies. So, you know, that could have been down to that. Whereas this, you know, I've not got it spawning exact copies because I want there to be an option for different drops to happen, i.e., you know, I want them to be able to drop the frozen cores should they be able to. But yeah, so any ideas, please leave a comment, and hopefully we can try and figure it out from there. So there we go. This actually turned into quite a long video, so yeah, we're actually pretty much at about half an hour, so I think I'm going to call it an episode at that point. next episode, again, it's going to be a little bit more into the grinding side of things. What I don't know is whether we'll maybe start looking at the quantum bridge, possibly. But there looks to be some fairly complex stuff and quite a lot of grinding needed for that. We could continue and maybe have a look at getting this mining laser sorted, or we could have a look at the ender quarry. That is yet to be decided. But for now, guys, thank you all very much for watching, and we shall see you in the next one. Take care for now. Bye!